Just do the masterclass dance, as you do. Lovely to have your company on this, what day is it? Thursday, isn't it? Already the week is whizzing by. My name's Ben Mosby. Thank you for joining us once again. We have got a brilliant day lined up for you. Let me just tell you a little bit later on, we have got a cartload show that you will not believe. It is going to be fast, it is going to be furious. But before that, I'm really looking forward to this next show. It's a masterclass and we're calling this the Foilpress 101 because the Foilpress is here. It's a brilliant bit of kit. I'm going to learn about this with you as well over the course of the next couple of hours. I've only seen it a couple of times before. It is amazing. So as always, we are going to be looking for your questions. We're going to be looking for you telling us what you think about the Foilpress if you've already got it, but more on that in just a few moments time. Now, you'll know if you were watching yesterday that there was a lot of excitement about this particular show. A lot of people tuning in specifically to see this in action and also to see Craig's Foilpress shirt. Now, he said that he would wear his shirt as long as he got a big introduction at the top of the show. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the craft room from Carnoustie, Scotland, weighing in at not very much, Craig, the Foilpress King, and the crowd went wild. I mean, wow, you wanted a grand entrance. You got, I mean, that is a shirt, Craig. That is special, isn't it?
This is my Foilpress shirt. This only comes out on special occasions. When it's occasions, it's all about the Foilpress, and it's a Foilpress 101, and that's exactly what we've got planned over the next couple of hours. We've got some goodies for you as well if you want to just maybe stock up on your Foilpress bundles. However, we're going to be showing you them. We're going to be showing you the ones that foil and cut as well. I'm going to be showing you how you can foil your normal dies. I'm going to be showing you how you can foil your die cut pieces. I'm going to be showing you how you can then use the waste. I'm going to be showing you everything. I've got a lot of ideas in my head, but with having Ben at the helm and you across on Crafters TV or YouTube, get your questions in. And if there's anything else that we can do throughout the next couple of hours, that is exactly what we're going to do.
So I've got a question for you. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when the Foilpress King runs wild on you?
That's what we're going to do.
Oh dear. I mean, that was, how do we top that for the rest of the show? Seriously.
Good luck, Debbie.
Good luck, Debbie. Anyway, listen, let's get going. As Craig said, get in touch. If you're brand new to this and there's something that you want to know, if there's something you want to ask us, of course you can get in touch on the socials via Facebook, on YouTube as well. You can email us in the studio. You can email us as well if you've already got your Foilpress machine and you want to show us what you've been foiling. If you want to tell everybody how great it is, do that as well. We love to see your pictures. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you can send your pictures to. But listen, let's talk about the bundle that you are going to get. Delighted that we have got it here. This is the Gemini Foilpress machine, going to be allowing you to, well, foil with ease and so much more. And the thing that I kind of learned about this today as well is if you're just thinking that this is a machine that's going to allow you to kind of foil on your cardstock, no. A whole host of other materials as well. And it's not just the machine that we're going to give to you for just $89.99 today or $125.95. It's a 10% saving, and it is a bundle because you get everything that you need within this bundle to get you going, because it would be a bit rubbish if you just got the machine and then you didn't get some goodies to play with. So within this bundle, you get your foiling platform, the top plate, you've got your metal shim and your cooling mat as well. Everything that you need so that you're nice and safe, including your magnetic tweezers, you've got your finger grips, and you've also got your foil roll included too. Then, yes, 5 meters of the foil roll. And then you've also got 3 of your foil stamp and cut dies. 2 of your foil stamp and cut dies, 3 of your foil stamp dies. And that is all included as well. Full manual to get you started too. So make sure you jump in and grab yours, everything that you need to get you started. Now, if you've already got one of these, or if you're thinking to yourself, I'm going to grab one, you want to have a nice and easy way to be able to carry all of your goodies around. Well, the good news is back in stock is the Gemini Foilpress carry case right here. Everything that you need to be able to transport your foil press wherever you want to go with it. So basically plenty of room to get everything in there. The machine itself goes in the little the top compartment there, and then in the bottom compartment, I mean, you can get in everything else as well that we are including in this deal. Plenty of room, plenty of compartments in there too to transport everything around. That is $29.99 or $39.95 if you are in the States. Definitely worth adding into your basket if you've already got one, or as I say, if you're buying yours for the first time today. You've got yours over there. You can pack a lot into it, right?
You can. So I've got all, obviously, my stuff all laid out. So I've got my machine, I've got my platform, I've got all the accessories that come with it. But then I've also got, in my one, what I've got is a couple of extra spares that I've got. I've got my notepad, I've got another platform I've got there, I've also got my matrix. But to look in there, if you like to just go out with a bit of crafting with your friends, I know obviously at the moment that's a bit harder. However, you've got all these compartments. So what you can do if you want is then just pop all your foils in. So if I take one of them from here,
yours,
and then what they do is they nicely hold all your foils in that you can see here. You've got a lot of spaces, but also holds all your tweezers, your hand grips. You've got all these little net pockets as well, all with zips, so any of your small stamps, maybe if your dies you want to actually store in, but then the actual compartment at the back, so that actually stores your whole foil press unit, as well as the plate, as well as the carbon plate, all the accessory. It's also purple, it's got the Gemini Foil Press logo on the front, but it also holds other things as well. So if you want to just be able to use it as like an additional carry case, put maybe some of your other crafting goodies in there, you absolutely can. You don't just have to use it for the foil press.
$29.99 or $39.95. Now, again, if you've already got your foil press, or if you're already wanting to make your foil press go further, we have got some brilliant items to go with it. Now, the next 2 items that I'm going to show you are low stock items. I know people have already been having a little bit of a nibble at some of the goodies that we've got on the show, and this deal is unbelievable. Normally $29.99 or $39.95. You've got your Gemini foil stamp die snowflake background. This is £11 today or $15. That's why a huge amount of the stock has already gone. And again with this, what I didn't realize, again, you see the effect that you can create with this, but then you can also use what you would call, I suppose, the waste of it to create even more. So items like this are going to be absolutely perfect to go with your foil press. What I will tell you, let's be completely open and honest here, we're almost at single figures of stock remaining on the snowflake background. So if that's one you definitely want to get today, get it in your basket and check it out. And the holly background, we are now in single figures on this. I mean, take a look at this, £11 today. That is a massive saving, or at $15 if you're in the States, single figures. So it is going to be a case on that one of first come, first served. Get it whilst you can. I was going to say that it says saving 10% at the bottom. That's more than that. $29.99 down to 11. The guys in the gallery are on the ball today. It's a 60% saving, not 10%. As Director Daniel just said, you're with the 18 today. But listen, the boss wishes it was just a 10%, but we've been working our magic today, crunching the numbers, and it's £11. So get it whilst you can. It is first come, first served though on the holly background. Now, if you're going for the deal today, the machine itself works with your Gemini Junior. But if you want to be able to use this with your larger Gemini, you will need the foil press top plate extender, which we do have in stock. Again, we'll talk more about this with Craig in just a little bit. But if you want to get it, it's $13.49 or $17.95. That is a 10% saving, and you'll only need to buy it the once. Okay, so if you want to be doing your foil pressing with your Gemini, get this in your basket. It is a must-have for $13.49 or $17.95. in the States. And also, couple of colours that we want to alert you to on the Centura Pearl papers. Now, these are back in stock and they tend to go very, very quickly indeed. We've got a variety of colours for you, but I mean, these are absolutely perfect, right? Christmas red, and we've got the Christmas green as well. 10 sheets within each, 310 GSM, A4 size, £2.99. But you're not just going to buy one, you might buy two, or you might go any four for £10 or $14. We've highlighted the Christmas red and the Christmas green for you because these are the ones that always sell out first. And they're only just back in stock. So get those now whilst you can. Maybe you're one of the people that missed out before. Get them now whilst they're here. You can check the web for all of the other colours that we've got, but we expect those to be very, very busy indeed. In fact, we already are off the chart busy for those. Get them whilst they're here, and multi-buy as well. Any four for £10. All the colours you can see at our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.eu or .com. You can shop the show and see all of those there. Julie in North Wales is in, Andrea, Louisiana, Susan in Maine, Eileen in California, all in. Christine from upstate New York, great to have you all with us. We'll be reading out all of your comments as we head through the show. Lots of people enjoying the crazy start to the show that we did just a few moments ago. But if you've got any questions, get in touch with us via the socials on Facebook or on YouTube. If you're brand new to this, feel free to ask any question you like. If you've got your Foilpress already and there's something that you need to know, maybe a more advanced technique, whatever it might be, get those questions in. And as always, if you want to show us your work, as it were, sound like a school teacher, don't I? Show us your work. You can send in your pictures to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Just a couple of mentions to start. Jane Nicole on YouTube said, Craig, that shirt is spectacular. I think you should sign with the WWE.
It's an idea. Don't know if I'd be a good wrestler though. Referee maybe. I've always thought I would like to be a referee in the WWE.
Yeah, I reckon you could probably you'd be in like what they still have, like the lightweight division.
They do, yeah. They have the cruiserweight division.
The cruiserweight, not lightweight.
Lightweight.
You know what I mean?
Or lightweight. I don't know. You know, or maybe a manager to the ring. I could be a manager. Yeah, there we go.
A manager? Did you say?
You know how some of them, like The Undertaker in the time had Paul Bearer, that sort of stuff. It could be, don't know if I'd be Paul Bearer, but I could be a manager.
All right. And Laura Jane says, I'm excited for the show today. I need to use my Foilpress more than I do now. And Mary says, love the introduction. It is going to be a fun-filled show. Yes, it certainly is. So let's see this Foilpress in action. And I mean, can we go back right to the start with this? If for people who've never seen this before, what is it and why do I need this in my crafty life?
Rightio, so this enables you to do all of that elegant, exquisite foil detail yourself at home. So whether it is cardstock, whether it is white cardstock, black cardstock, craft cardstock, could be glitter card, matte card, mirror card, could be acetate, could be vellum, could be fabric, it could be organza, could be satins. There is so much that this can actually foil. Denim, real leather, faux leather, there is so much. So what I always say to start with, we're going to go through the Foilpress just to start with, in case you are new to it. So I always say, maybe when you get it, start foiling with some cardstock. Get that confidence level up, because you're going to see a lot of things, you're going to go, wow, I want to do that. So always just start at the basics and then just gradually go into different materials. And before you know it, you're going to be foiling so much. So with the Foilpress, what we've got on our one just here, with ours, we have got a low, a medium and a high. So we've got the power button at the side, the main power button, so we're on. Okay. And then I'm going to switch the main one on just there. And then this now goes to 0000. Now what we've got here is minutes and seconds. And you've also got low heat, medium heat and high heat. Now we're on low and that's on red. That's just letting me know that it's heating up. It's on red. When that turns to green, that will say that it's ready. It'll also beep to say that it's ready. Okay. Now, within the actual box, you also get what we call a matrix. Now, there's lots of other information about how you can layer them up, because some of them that we'll go through later actually die cut as well as foil, but that's all in here for you. But when we come to the matrix, so what we're going to do, I don't know if it's better up above or close up, just so that you can see really close. We've got cardstock, 350 cardstock, pearlescent card, vellum, mirror, acetate, PU leather, fabric, satin. So that's just some of what you're able to foil. Now, if you look at these columns just here, we've got small die, medium die, large die. Now, we call them foil press stamps. You will occasionally hear us calling them dies because they actually look like dies. So that's why we tend to call them dies. But if we come back to here, then you can see just here, it's got the small. Now, that's telling us here we need to use the low setting for cardstock, and we just need 10 seconds. And then if it was a medium one, again, it's low for 15 seconds. And then for a larger one, it's low for 30 seconds. Now, everything there and everything that you have foiled either prior or if you're new for the next wee while, it's all on low. You don't need to worry about medium and high. As I always say, that's future-proofing our machine. So we'll go over that again in a bit more detail as the next couple of hours goes on. Now, what the having the time and being able to adjust the time, where that's beneficial is if you've maybe got or tried other foil machines out there, if you get underfoiling, so that just means that you've got any parts that are missing the foil, it's not foiled completely. Or you maybe get overfoiling, which that just means that the actual stamp has been on the platform a lot longer than it should have. So you get foiling where you don't want it. Other machines, you just kind of have to grin and bear it. With ours, if you have overfoiling, so you've got foil where you don't want it, just reduce the seconds, just by a couple of seconds, so it's not on the heat as much. But then if you're underfoiling, what you just do is add a few seconds. And I know if you're new to this, you might think, oh gosh, Craig, so much to go on about. But we've got so much more on our YouTube as well. And believe you me, there is hours and hours, thousands of hours of foil press tuitions on YouTube. So we're just wanting to do a refresh today. So we've got our platform. So this actually slides in and out. So this is the one that actually heats up. So I'm going to turn it at an angle just there. So this is where you're going to slide it out. Now this is what goes through your Gemini Junior. So you also get your carbon plate. So this is what's going to sit over all of the layers of your dies as well as your foil. Again, we will go over that later on. Don't get this one confused with your double-sided die one. They are completely different. The double-sided die just has the Gemini at the bottom. So don't use this for double-sided and vice versa. But then if you are using your large Gemini, then just bring in your extender plate, and we will use this throughout the next couple of hours. That just sits on the top, and then it goes through your large Gemini.
So if you've got a larger Gemini, you have to have that.
You have to have this large extender plate to use your large Gemini.
Got you.
If you've got If you've got the Gemini Junior, then you just need the plate. This comes in the box all ready for you, good to go. So that's all that you need to get going. And then what we're just going to do is we're just going to, I think actually, let's go for, I've got lots of different materials at the side of me just here. So I'll tell you what, let's show you the snowflake. And what we'll just do is we will just do the snowflake onto white card just so that you can see how spectacular that it looks.
We've got that on the show, don't forget as well. Details just coming up at the bottom. Not much stock of that if you want to go very, very low. Get that in your basket now and check it out if you want it.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our black cardstock. So I'm going to go 300 GSM cardstock. So I'm just looking 300 GSM. And what I will just say, because at the moment what it's doing, because it's just heating up, because I had pulled the actual plate out. So that's just going red. And then when that goes green, it lets us know we're good to go. Now, if you're unsure, well, how do you determine what is a small, a medium, and a large stamp? So what we tend to say is, because this is the base platform, if it covers maybe about 1/3 of the platform, so just that wee part just there. Now that beep, that lets me know we're good to go. It's gone green, we're good to go, so we can start foiling. So if it covers roughly about that area, I would say that tends to be a small one. If it covers round about, 2/3 of it, that's a medium one. And if it's something like this that covers pretty much the full platform, then we say that's a large one. So
once it beeps, by the way, does it stay at that constant temperature then until you use it? Or have you got like a window where you have to use it within that time before it starts cooling down again?
So it will stay as it is on that right temperature, but what we always say as well, because if you leave that plugged in while the heat's going around, now what will happen is your plates will start to bow. The actual platform will start to bow because you've got that continuous heat going all the way around and it's not being used. So then over time, what you start to see is your plate, I don't want to do it too much because I don't want, well, let's pull it out slightly. So what you start to see is your plate slowly starts to go like that. So when you're not using it for any length of time, or just if you're not using it, pull it out, slide it out, and then you'll just reheat it each time. But if I was to pull that out now and it goes red, it will heat up a lot quicker, because once you've started that heating process, you know, it takes no time at all. So if we just go back to the matrix on here, so again, we're going with the cardstock. So I'm going for the large die. Again, it's low temperature, like everything, and it's 30 seconds. Now, I know with my foil press, because I've used mine time and time again, I actually need 40 seconds for mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right up using the seconds to 40 seconds. And then all that I'm just going to do is pop my background die over the top. And again, I've said die, it's a stamp. And then I'm popping my carbon plate over the top and I'm pressing start. So I've just pressed the start button just there. If you get confused, if you're not sure or something happens, you can always just press the reset and that takes everything back to the original settings. And what I mean by that is it takes your time back to 0, 0, 0.
Can you emboss with these as well, these 14 dies?
You absolutely can. So you can use it with your Gemini, using your plates, but using your embossing mat, and you can then emboss all of that detail onto your cardstock. So I'm going to foil onto black card, but if you wanted to, you could emboss that detail onto black card, go over with your gilding wax, you know, you can do that as well. So bring in any of your ink. So don't just think of them as having to use them for your foil press, start thinking about doing them for your embossing as well. So now we've beeped to say that we're ready to go.
Okay.
I've got my cardstock. Now what we do always say as well, have all of the elements ready to go. And I've deliberately not done that because what I want to show you, there is method in my madness, is, you know how, I'm going to pull that out slightly now. You know how I said that needs 40 seconds?
Yeah.
Now, if I didn't have everything ready, like I didn't do, that stays on the heat. So then that's going to be 45 seconds. That's going to be 50 seconds. It's going to give it a lot longer than it actually needs. So have everything ready so you're good to go. And then all that I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop my foil on. I'm going to pop my cardstock over the top. And then we're just popping our carbon plate. There's a little lip edge at the top, so just set that up along the top, sliding it out, because you've got wee metal prongs just inside where the heat connects, so slide it out because you don't want to bend them.
And I know it's silly, but it's foil side down, isn't it?
It is, yes. Yeah. So you're wanting to do it so exactly as you just said. The foil side goes down because obviously the way that we pull it back, you're going to have that colour that's coming through.
And what about the foil you're using as well? Is there a particular foil that we need to use?
So it needs to be our heat set foil. Now, you know, there is other heat foils out there. However, what you need to keep in mind with our foil press is we've made and manufactured the foils so that it works whether you're doing something for 5 seconds or you're doing something for 45 seconds. So our foils is going to work perfectly for something that's on for a very short time to a very high time. So that's how ours are perfect for doing it with the foil press. So if I just peel them ones off, and then you can see instantly we've got the design already coming together.
Yeah.
But then what I'm going to do is if I peel that off.
Look at this.
Look at that.
That's
now,
awesome.
the reason I done black was because if anything showed any flaws, any missing bits, anything that had underfoiled, it would have shown on black cardstock. And that is our rose gold paper craft foil, and look at that. And even then I'm going to go closer. I'm just going to turn it so you can see that one just there. So that's that one. And then what I'm going to do is, while you just go over quickly your way to show Ben, I'm going to show something just after Ben that lets you see how you can use what this is, what you would think is the waste, but we're actually going to use that now instead.
Come on, if you're watching this for the first time, how impressive was that? That's why people love the foil machine. And if you want to be able to recreate that effect as well, you are going to need to go for the snowflake background. The price on this is 60% off, should be £30 pretty much. It's £11 today, or $15, and it is now really limited, is what I'm being told. You've got to get this now because it is going to go, the kind of thing that you're going to come back to time and time again. And I think we're going to see in just a few moments time actually how it was so great, wasn't it, seeing that foiling, but then what you can do with the so-called waste afterwards. We'll see that in just a second. The snowflake, if you like that, we've also got the holly die as well. Let me just show you that. because this is now absolutely flying out of the door as well. Same concept once again, but I think we're down to single figures on this too. So if you want to get this, get it now whilst you can. The prices are really low, £11 or $15. Get used to these prices, by the way, because you are going to be seeing more of these a little bit later on. Here's just another example showing you in the green as well. How beautiful is that? And just how quickly and easily is it to get that effect with your machine? No fuss, no mess, just done in an instant. £11 or $15. Get it whilst you can. They will sell out in the show. Of that, I am very sure indeed. Right, let's go back because you were going to talk to us about the waste, weren't you?
I was, yeah. So what we would think has been the waste, we're going to show you how to use this. Now, this technique isn't in the Matrix book. However, as I say, it's all on YouTube, or after this show, you know, come back and watch it again and take notes. But once you've done it a few times, then straight away you'll be doing it time and time again. So for this technique, what you're going to need is another piece of card. So I'm using the waste, and I've gone for our blue matte card. So we're going to use that one. So that's now a matte card that we're doing. You're still going to need your carbon plate for your foil press. What you're also going to need is your magnetic shim from your Gemini Junior. Now what I do is I actually bought another magnetic shim. As you can see, it's our older one, it's the black one. And I just use this just for my foil press, and it stores within my bag. And what you're also going to need is a couple of 300 GSM shims. So just any cardstock that you've got that's about 300 GSM. It's all about bulking up, because what you want to do is bulk it up so that when it goes through the Gemini, the combination of the heat and the pressure is then going to transform the transfer the waste foil colour onto your card. So just like before, so we're going to put straight onto our platform. So it's foil side down.
Yes.
So you want the foil side down.
How many people do it the wrong way around when they first do it?
Yeah, there is times that you do it, you know, and do not worry. Or what will sometimes happen is, you can see I've done it with mine a few times, you foil your carbon plate.
Right.
Don't worry about that. It happens time and time again, so don't worry. Works perfectly every single time. You never know, you might end up with an absolute gorgeous looking carbon plate.
It makes it look nice, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
So we've got the foil on now, so our cardstock. So again, colour side down, we're going to pop that one just over the top. Then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to bulk it out with a couple of bits of cardstock, 300 GSM, popping that on. And then what I'm just going to do is pop our magnetic shim onto our carbon, or onto our base platform with our carbon plate. And for this technique, I always do 45 seconds. So I just went up 5 and I press start.
We've got loads of questions coming in, so I think what we'll do in a minute is we'll have a little section of questions so I can get them all. Like, I can put let me go. I'll go and get me coat and my stethoscope in a second. But we'll do a little bundle of questions there, and then maybe we'll do some more in half an hour, because otherwise I'm going to miss. There's loads of questions coming in.
I'm not surprised. There's always lots of questions about the foil press, so get them in. That's why I specifically didn't prep anything specific, because we wanted to do it just so that obviously we had them at the side. Any questions we could answer live, or then what we could then do is then just show you as it is what you want to know.
He was actually Craig was here last night. He was.
I wasn't eating the pizza though.
Here's the thing, right? We had a bit of a meeting last night where Asara very kindly bought pizza for everybody, and I just happened to arrive quite late in the meeting, and there was only one chair kind of available, which was right by where all the pizza was, and he took a picture of me and put it on social media going, look at Ben eating all the pizza. I had about 2 slices. I mean, do I look like the kind of guy that eats a lot of pizza?
And that's exactly how I sounded as I was posting it as well. So just now that that's beeped, what we're just going to do is we're just going to slide that one out and we're going to run that one through. So when it comes to the foil press, now obviously you never know, you might be at home chatting away to people and that as well. The key thing with the foil press is once it beeps to let you know you're ready to go, it's time for you to action it. Pop it through your actual Gemini, whether it's the large or the small one. So then what we're doing is that's then done the pressure as well as the heat combination. So if I then just remove all these parts here, removing all of these bits. Now straight away, look at that.
Yeah.
But then if I bring in my wee pokey tool, and then all that I'm just going to do is just peel off that backing.
Oh, yes.
Now look, so there we go. So we've now got what is now waste.
Lot. Yeah.
And then that is now all transferred onto our satin blue card.
That's incredible.
All that detail there. And then what I can even just do, just quickly, let's just move that one out the way. And then just to show you, if you were to come along, use maybe your nesting dies, trim it down if you wanted to, and then just start to create your own base, create your own background. But that's another way. So that's using the waste, but then we've also done it with the black, is how it actually looks the positive.
It's amazing, isn't it? The kind of Dr. Mosby is in the house. Yeah, it's absolutely stunning. Yes, we've got Craig ready for his medical. Right, let's just get some questions out here. So get your questions in. If I don't ask your question in this little batch here, we will do them later on. So Laura on Facebook says, all right, first question. I know, like the Geminis, that the Foilpress plug depends on US versus UK outlets. What about the platform?
So the actual platform, so you're absolutely fine, because the voltage is all to do within the actual base combination of the Foilpress platform. So that's the base, and then that is the platform. So you're just going to get that as normal, nothing in there other than just the actual connectors. Okay, Laura, there you go. Next question from Wendy E. Martin on Facebook. Can you foil with an embossing folder? No. No. That is one of the ones that we can't emboss yet. We've not worked that out. Even myself and Hilary across in the office, we've tried. We've just been thinking of ways to do it, but not at the moment. Because again, it's all about heat, and you need that metal to conduct that heat. You never know. You know, us at Crafter's Companion and the product development team, we're always trying. So watch this space. But at the moment, you can't do embossing folders. Maria on Facebook. Hi, Ben and Craig. So excited to watch how the foil press is used. Want to treat myself to it. Go on, do it. You won't regret it. You'll have a great time. Kathy, I'm so glad Craig is doing the demos. And Kathy also says, can the press get hotter than it should before you add the dye? Right, so what will happen is, whether it's on low, medium or high, once it hits that actual temperature for the low, it will stay maintained at that temperature. So you're absolutely fine, it will just stay at that nice fine temperature. If maybe you're working your way through the actual foil press, you're doing things, creating stuff, if maybe, you know, the door goes, or you want to make a cup of tea, or the postman goes, the phone goes, whatever it is, or door goes with the postman. With the postman there, yeah. If something takes away your distraction from the foil press, after a few minutes, it will cut off itself. And then what it'll just do, it's just kind of like in the background, it's just bumbling away, just ready for you to actually use it the next time. So you've got that safety feature as well. Yes, a couple more then for that. We're getting loads of questions. Suzanne on YouTube says, I'm getting the most gorgeous dies from foil, but not on my paper. What am I doing wrong? Foil side is up. Foil side is up. So you'll have your die with the foil facing up. Yeah. Then you'll have your foil over the top with your card, and then you're running it through. So not too sure. So this is a great time, obviously, for watching for the rest of the 2 hours. Not just our foil press stamps. We have got, remember yesterday, he says, as I sat it to the side, nicely for me to remember what I've done. Here we go. Remember yesterday myself and Ben had the interchangeable sentiment dies, so we're going to be using them. So I'm going to show you how you can actually foil the detail instead, and then I'll also show you how you can foil the die cut piece. So that could be any die cut piece that you've got from any dies. However, when I show you how you can use this to foil, that can also be any of your wafer thin dies, not just us. You know, it could be Tonic, could be Spellbinders, it could be Hunky Dory, Tattered Lace, any of those ones you're able to foil with. Right, one final quick one, because I know I've got to move on, but one final quick one for now. Janice on Facebook says, can you do multiple dies at the same time, like 2 smalls or a small and a medium? You can do, absolutely you can do, because sometimes you'll find depending on the detail within the actual stamp, then some of your, say your medium ones, maybe it doesn't need as long as the matrix says. It's all about just having a wee bit of a play. You won't necessarily be wasting a lot, because when it comes to your foil press stamp, just have enough foil just to cover the actual stamp, and then that just means that it stops it from creating any waste. So you can do, again, have a wee play, experiment with it, and then yeah, cover it with the main platform with all your stamps and foil it. That's the end of the clinic for now. Another consultation with you at 2 o'clock.
Yes, book your appointment now and we'll get your question in then. Now, very important that you check out your baskets because we're very, very busy indeed. Lots of you as well going for the carry case. Not surprised. Perfect partner to go with your machine, of course, as well. Fits in your machine beautifully. And as we saw with Craig a little bit earlier on, you've got plenty of space in here as well for all sorts of goodies. You've got internal pockets. You've got the kind of netting in there too. So not only are you going to be able to fit in all of your foils, all of your accessories, all of your dies in there too. You've got plenty of room for lots more besides as well. And of course you can fit in all of your plates, and just make sure that everything is kept nice and safe when you're transferring this from place to place. And you've got the other compartment, of course, which will perfectly fit in your foil press machine. And isn't it nice that it kind of all matches as well? It's all very nice. All matches up nicely with all of your crafting goodies. That is $29.99 or $39.95. That's not going to stay, is it? I'm going to leave that there for now. Definitely not going to knock anything over today. Now, we've also got some brilliant deals for you as well. You've talked about personalization. You're going to want letters of the alphabet, and boy, oh boy, we've got them all. Yeah, oh, have we? Have we got them all? Oh, we haven't got them all. We've got... Boy, oh boy, we've got most of them. We've got the Foilpress expressions letters. Now, each of these, I'll show you some cards in just a second, but each of these, oh yeah, we didn't have this in the first, where? I don't know, it was on the top of the pile. We couldn't find the A at the start of the show, but the A suddenly reappeared. You get, whichever one you want to go for, $4.99 individually. You get your beautiful letter, and it also comes with your coordinating stamp. So you've got the ability to basically stamp the flower in afterwards, and it's beautiful how it all sort of intertwines and winds around it. So basically, it's up to you which ones you want to go for. You know, how you're going to personalise your cards, whether you want to kind of make little pieces of home decor. I've always we've got most of the letters for you. And you can see, how this all works. Any 6 for £25 or $29. Is that any 6 for £20, isn't it? I thought, yeah, it's gone up. Any 6 for £20 or $29. It's all going wrong, isn't it? It's all going wrong. £20 or $29. We've also got the numbers for you as well. The numbers that we have available, I can tell you, are as follows. So we have got 1. We've got 2, we have got 3, we have definitely got 4, no 5, no 6, we have got 7, no 8, we have got 9, yes. Oh, and we've got your ordinals as well, which are your cysts and your n's and your ths. It is a good old deal, so $4.99 individually. There you go, it's right now. Or 6 for £20, 6 for $29. Mix and match them up however you're going to do it. And again, you can then do things like that, which is quite sweet, isn't it? I like the idea of, home decor, personalising your cards, however it might be. Yeah, beautiful for colouring in as well. And you can see how the stamps then work beautifully in conjunction with your stamps as well. Right, let's show you those foils as well, because we have a selection of colours of the foils for you too. It just depends how you want to go with these. So details coming up on your screen here. $3.99 individually. They're 5-meter rolls, and it's any 2 for 6 or 7, depending on where you are. So, however you want to do it. So 5 meters a roll. I mean, that's going to last you a heck of a long time, isn't it?
That's going to last you such a long time, and there's many of the actual stamps or dies that you use that you actually only need a small bit, so it goes on longer and longer and longer. So take your pick on these. You see we've got the cerise on there, the silver shimmer. We've got the gold, the silver. The best thing to do again is check the web and see which colours that we've got available, because things are selling out all the time, and we've had items go before the show as well. But $3.99 individually, 5 meters a roll, and you can get any 2 for $6 or $7. And I tell you what else we've also got are your radiating stamps on the show, and these are absolutely beautiful.
So again, with this amazing deal for you, you are going to pop 2 in your basket and you will get 2 absolutely free as well. Your Gemini radiating stamp and cut die. We have got included in here your Be Happy. You've got just for you, look at that, gorgeous. It's kind of like a sort of stardust, isn't it? Bit of sparkle on there, it's gorgeous. This is your Shine Bright. They're all singing in the gallery again. And then we have also got my favourite on there, Love You, Love You. So you've got all 4 for $29.98, which is theoretically the price of 2. So it's a half price deal, or you know, you're buying 2, getting 2 free, which is a phenomenal buy, whichever way you look at it. $29.98 or $39.90. We're going to have a quick look at these actually, because I was asking you earlier on, Craig, how this sort of works, because you've obviously got the ability to foil and then place your sentiment in afterwards. Is that right?
That's right. That's exactly right. So you've got the main detail of the foil press stamp, then the sentiment in the middle that also foils, but then you've got the selective shape. Depending on which set that you get, and you've got the ones, this one here's got the hexagon, and that actually die cuts. So what we'll just do, you can see there, is if I bring this one on, now I'm going to do this with acetate. This one we're going to do with acetate.
Well, you've just answered a question here, because Loretta said, can you foil with acetate?
You can indeed. Now you can use normal acetate. It is best to use the heat-proof acetate. If you do use normal, what will happen is it will start to buckle, the acetate, right. But then all you just do is just pop something heavy over the top, just to actually weigh it down, and you'll be absolutely good to go. So I've just popped my die, I've also then just popped the foil, and I've got my acetate. Then what I'm just doing is I'm just bulking it out again, just with a bit of our smooth cardstock. So what this just does, because the acetate is really, really thin, that just helps to bulk it out. Then all that I'm just going to do is I'm going to put my carbon plate over the top. I've just referred to the matrix, so I've gone to 25 seconds, and I'm just pressing start. So as you can see, that then starts to count down. Once it's counted down, it will beep to let you know. So if you are maybe getting something sorted or tidied or organised, then you can just listen for that beep, and it just lets you know. So
keep your matrix handy. But a lot of people actually, with their instruction manuals and things like that, tend to, with the matrix, you could take the page and then maybe laminate it and so like hang it up on the wall, so you've got it there to reference rather than having to keep going back to it all the time.
You do, yeah, and that's exactly what I've done. Is I had actually just photocopied my page, and then I laminated it, and it's just actually sitting just on the side of my drawer set that I've got in my craft room, so that if I do need to just refer to anything, then I can just look back at the side and it's all there for me.
Yeah. Great though, isn't it? Again, great that we're demonstrating on lots of the different materials that you can use. So obviously on the cardstock, question about the acetate, we demonstrate on the acetate, and no doubt as we go through the show as well, we'll show you all of the different materials that you can foil onto as well. Let's have a look at this, because I think this is going to be amazing.
So again, if we then start to peel that one off. Now if I then bring,
we do need a little sound effect, don't we? Like a bring.
Yeah. Now you see how this is what we class as overfoiling along the bottom just there. So if you have a look, so this is where my foil is a bit bigger than it really needed to be, and also look at my acetate, it's a lot bigger than it needs to be as well. So the key thing is just to actually cut it down to size, you know, whether it's the foil and the material, but it lets you see, if you see the actual detail, that's all foiled just perfectly.
So if that happens, then what, would you just have to go again, would you?
Well, yeah, I could still use that. I'm going to use that anyway. Fine. But yeah, if you were just like, oh, I don't want that bit of overfoiling, so just do it again. But again, cut your acetate or whatever medium that you're using. Just make sure it's just to size. Alternatively, what you can also do as well is maybe just bring it down by a few seconds, and then that just means it's not on the heat as much, and then that just means you're not going to get foil where you don't need it to. So that's that one.
Okay, remember that comes as part of the deal that you're seeing on the screen here. You're getting a half price deal, buy 2, get 2 free for $29.98 or $39.90. Bonkers prices. We're just kind of warming you up for what's coming later on with our cartload show. The deals on that are just unbelievable. I mean, we've got Debbie coming in. The deals are so extreme. We needed Debbie producer Derek's going to need your running shorts on for that one, because we have got so much. The studio is going to be like jam-packed. We're literally getting everything out. How we're going to fit in here, I'm not quite sure. But make sure you join us later on for that. What are you up to over there?
So now what I'm just going to do is I've just taken the sentiment. Now this is obviously
Whoa.
really, really small. Really, really small. Give you a fright there, Ben.
It did
That woke you up,
actually, yeah.
didn't it? Whew. So it's so small in that one. So I'm going to do this onto cardstock now, and this just goes to show now, because it's so small, it needs very, very little time at all. So let's bring this back in. So I'm going to come right down to 6 seconds. So we're going all the way down, and then I'm just going to get my cardstock that I've got just here, and I also need just another wee bit of foil. So what have I done with my scissors? Here we go. And then we're just getting this just cut to size. And then what we can do is use that outside die to cut it out. So let's move that out the way. So we've got all our bits now. So we're popping that on. So if we just pop that on there, and then all that we're just going to do is press start. So that's going to count down for the 6 seconds that you can see there. Because it's nice and small, you don't need a lot. And just to say as well, we will go over it just shortly, but you'll see me handling them. They don't get overly hot, but you've got all the protective wee mitts and mat as well. But we'll talk about that just shortly. So that's it's beeped, it's ready. So we're just popping our foil on with our cardstock. So let's move it down a bit. So again, you can see it's not overly hot because I can move it with my fingers, cardstock, and then we're just popping our carbon plate. So if I slide that one out, and again, we're just going to run that one through.
But the tip is for health and safety reasons to use your magnetic tweezers the majority of the time, right? And your little
what they're
finger
there.
mitts.
They're there for, yeah. So if you're a bit maybe heat sensitive, or you're working on maybe a unit or something that's, you know, it's maybe precious to you, it's been in the family for a while, but it's all that you've got to work on, then that's going to keep it nice and secure. So if we take that one off, and then I'm just going to just peel that one off. Now look at that. So I'm just going to just take that bit there. So we've got Be Happy. And then what I'm going to do, so let's move that one out the way just for the time being. And then we're going to bring in our die to go around this one. And then we're just going to die cut this one out like you would just do as normal. So I'm just going to tape this into place. And then I'm just going to bring in my junior plates just here. Or because it's that small, it will also go through your Gemini Mini and your Go.
Just to ask you, whilst you, because obviously you cut out a little bit of the foil there for that die, Carol asks, this may sound silly, but can Craig show us how he trims the foil to fit a die or stamp? Like she basically wants to know, I think, how much you need to leave around for each one that you do.
We can do that. We'll do that just in a moment. So we've now got our sentiment that's foiled. You can see just there. And then what we've also then done is, because we've die cut it out, then the great thing about these is what then would happen. You would then chop this down, and then this would go on the front of a card blank or anything like that for whatever occasion. So if we then just work ourselves all the way around, so I'm just trimming that down. You know, you would do maybe a wee bit of matting and layering, something like that. Let's bring in a bit of black just so that you can see. So if I pop that one on just there, so you can see we've got all that detail all the way around.
Like a Catherine
then
wheel.
You can then pop your sentiment within the middle, and that can be on the front of your card. Alternatively, what you could do is you could then take the die, and then you could die cut an aperture within the middle. Then that could be foiled onto, say, a larger bit of card. And then that can then sit over the top. So then you're looking into the card. It could be then a shaker element if you wanted to as well. Or you don't need to use the sentiment. You can use it completely different, mix and match. So this is how it's the great thing. You might just think, you know, okay, it's a little die that comes with it. Actually enables you to do a lot more. And then like we're going to show you later on, you could actually foil this as well. So instead of that hexagon being die cut, that fine line of the hexagon would then foil onto your card.
Lots of tips and demos for you. Lots of questions still coming, which we'll tackle in the next 10 minutes. Lots of people asking about using the dies that they've already got to use with the foil press, but we will look at that in just a little while. Now, of course, if you are getting the foil press for the first time, maybe you've already got it, maybe you're buying some new stamps as well, you're going to need something to stamp onto and foil onto, of course. The paper is really, really busy. I mean, and how perfect is this right now? This is the Christmas green, and this is the Christmas red as well. Basically, we have got lots of different colours available for you, but these are the two most popular. The Christmas green, the Christmas red are absolutely flying out the door. You get 10 sheets within each. and basically it's $2.99 each. However, we know that you'll not just buy one lot, you'll probably want to go, in this case, for the green and the red, and then you might think, well, I want more than 10, maybe I'll get 4. Well, if you do, that's where the deal comes into play, and you get any 4 for £10 or $14. Yeah, so basically you could go 2 and 2, and that is 10, or $14, but there are lots more colours available for you as well, depending on how you want to go. The full range is at our website, so do have a look. We are just going to have a look at how you can use these in conjunction with your Foilpress. I've just, what colour did I give you then? Did I give you one of the green? I think I did.
You did indeed,
Good,
yeah. Christmas
Forgot
green.
for a second, literally about a minute ago.
So I thought what we'll do is we will use the Christmas green, and just to show you what I'm doing with this one, it's the Baroque that we're using for this one here, Baroque. And then what I've got is, if you refer to the manual, and we're actually going to use the one that die cuts as well as foils.
Yep.
So you can see now, any of the ones that foil, stamp and cut, there is the matrix for it just at the bottom there. It shows exactly the same as the foil and stamps. You can see you've got the materials at the side, exactly the same, but obviously the time is a bit different, you can see there. So I'm going to use our peril card. So I need it on low for 45 seconds. But what we need to do, because this is the one that actually die cuts as well,
yeah,
what you need is you get a metal plate within your foil press. Now again, this is different to what you would get within your Gemini Junior. It's thicker, so you know, just use each one. So if we then just pop that one onto the actual platform first, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to pop our actual foil stamp and cut on top just there. Let's just trim this one down to size. So let's just cut it to 5.
And obviously, again, silly question maybe, this is obviously 310, this paper that you're using here. So I guess the fact that you can foil onto all sorts of materials, you can foil onto any weight of cardstock as well, correct?
You can do, yeah, absolutely you can do. So yeah, whether it's, you know, a 180, you know, it could be right up to 350. It could be adorable scoreable from Hunky Dory. You know, you could then foil onto that. Use all these different weights as you've just said.
We should have seen you cut that, because that was the question a minute ago, wasn't it? How much you cut to go around the outside?
So we will do that next time.
Yeah,
we'll
so
do
remember that.
just next.
We'll remember. Lucky I'm on the ball today.
Just as well.
Yes.
So that's our foil and that's our cardstock. And then what you also need is the metal shim from your Gemini Junior. That's going to go over the top, and then we're just going to then just pop our carbon plate over the top. 45 seconds by following the manual, and we're just going to press start. Now, when it comes to obviously the foil press ones, or our normal dies we'll show you later on, so always just make sure that you know you've got them facing in the right direction. So there, what this is doing is, because of the layers of the foil, it's then going to cut into your metal plate. So that base plate from the foil press, that helps to conduct the heat as well as gives it an extra base and platform. And then that metal plate from the Junior that you're popping in, that's what's then cutting into to give you that nice die cut area.
Just at the bottom of the screen there as well, we're just going to reference for you all of the different foils that you've got available. Remember, those are $3.99 or $4.95 individually, but they are on a bundle deal for you as well. Any 2 for $6 or 2 for $7. 5 different colour options for you. Really busy for the foils, really busy for the Centura Pearl as well. Right across the board, things are flying out of the door. We've heard the beeps, we're obviously ready now.
Yeah, it is. So we're just
Gemini.
sliding that one out as it's beeped, and then all that I'm just doing is just running that in. So I'm just feeding it up to the Junior, and then I'm just going to let go. Now, obviously, keeping in mind it's die cutting, so you're going to get a nice crack with it. So as that then comes out, it's doing the combination of the foil as well as the die cutting. So as we then take this away, so we're just taking all of these off. Straight away you can see there, see how it's die cut. You've got that shape on the outside as well as this one. So let's take away all of these parts and then take away this one. And then what we're just going to do is if we then peel that off. Now look at that. So we've now got the aperture. That could be on the front. You know, that doesn't necessarily say Christmas, but it could be Christmas. You know, maybe if you want to send family and friends a Christmas card with the family members in it, you know, maybe if you've got something Christmas related that you could pop behind. Just try to see if we've got anything Christmas related. at the moment.
You could put a little letter in the middle of it if you wanted.
Yeah, bring in one of the letters. So let's just even just say letter number 1 for the time being.
Letter number 1?
Letter number 1. Even
I know that's a number.
Number 1. And then once you've foiled it at that, once you've popped it in, you've got it off. Yeah, I know it's back to front because when you have to flip it.
Your letter number 1's back to front.
He's just got to be, it's back to front. I was like, yeah, I know.
And he said it like that as well. Yeah.
By the time you foil it, it's going to be flipped on the other side just there. So it would go that way. Let's see, we've got a few. Let's have a look. So here's a finished example just here. So we've got one of the letters that you can see that's done with R. So that's already been done, but can you imagine if you just pop that just in the background?
Yeah.
So whether it's that way, maybe whether it's that way, you could be doing it whatever way that you like. You could just maybe stamp a sentiment. You could maybe just die cut a sentiment. You could then maybe create nice banners. Maybe want to use it for maybe anything wedding related, for, you know, maybe the tables.
Great, yeah.
Like that.
And for like wedding stationery as well, maybe.
Yeah.
It would look absolutely perfect. If you want to go for the foil and stamp cut and dust, we've got those available for you. The Baroque is the one that was the one you were just using just then, correct?
It was,
concentrating. These are run on any 2440, so of course you can foil and die cut with them as well. So you can mix and match, easy for me to say. That is the butterflies and bloom for you again. Absolutely beautiful. Also in the buy 2 for 40, we've got your Art Nouveau. And finally is your Art Deco. So $24.99 individually, or 2 for 40, or $29.99, or 2 for $47 if you want to go that way with those. Also, let's have a look at some other goodies that we've got on the show. Your Solid Sentiments collection. Not seen these yet. So this is a 4-piece collection, which include your thank you. Look at that. Celebrate. That's brilliant. Your happy birthday and and your celebrate. You're right over there, Craig. What were you saying? Just saying you were mumbling to yourself for a second there. Are you talking to those people in your head again?
They just said, what demonstrator are you going to do next? Yeah. And I've just verbally just gone out, celebrate.
Celebrate. Yep.
That one.
That one there. We'll see that one, yeah. We'll be celebrating Craig's Celebrate demonstration. And then we've got the especially for you and especially for you. Now, don't start singing again. Want to tell you that I feel the same way too. No. Got in enough trouble for that yesterday, didn't you? You silly dances that you do off camera. You think nobody's watching? Oh, we're all watching. Listen, just with the two designs that we've got here, how is this achieved then? Because it's almost like your positive and your negative, isn't it?
So it is. So the one there that's got the mats and layers around it, that's actually the positive. So that's how it's going to look once you've foiled it.
Yeah.
But the one that you're seeing on the right hand side, that's actually the waste technique.
Okay.
So that's doing what I done earlier on. So you're getting a 2-for. You're getting the positive and the negative.
A 2-for. If you want to get these, $38.97 or $44.97. And also, before we go on and see those, must just tell you that the snowflake background, that one there, we have 2 more chances for you to buy. That's 2 more chances for you to buy. It is now limited stock. There's green on the screen, which means
it soon won't be seen.
Yes, Craig, you remember. Yeah, he remembers my little saying.
Yeah, I've watched you in a past life.
That means a lot, buddy, because I did it the other day and they all just looked at me going, what are you doing? Yeah. Thank you for that.
So do it once more?
Yeah. It is now limited stock. There's green on the screen, which means
it soon won't be seen.
Oh, he's brilliant, isn't he, eh? He's brilliant. Oh. Despite what other people say, I think you're okay, Craig.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and it just goes to show that I am a genuine big fan of Ben's.
Yeah, yes. My only one. £11 or $15. Right, get those last 2 chances to buy. We're going to have a look at the Solid Sentiment. Included in that is the Celebrate, the Happy Birthday. I can't remember which one you were going to demo with, especially for you. And thank you. Was it the which one was it that you blurted out a minute ago? I can't remember which one you said.
Oh, it was happy birthday or something like that, wasn't it?
Remember.
Yeah. So we're going to do the happy birthday. Just quickly though as well, just to go on about of these heat-proof mats. So you've got the mat, you've also got the grippers as well. So you've got these ones, and then you've even got the tweezers, the magnetic tweezers. So you'll have seen me a couple of times. Once it comes off, now obviously this is the one that we're going to use. It's not been on the foil press, so it's not hot. But you'll have seen me using it, picking them up. You know, they don't get overly hot, you know, so if you are absolutely fine with the heat, you're not heat sensitive, then you'll probably be picking them up with your hands. And I'm saying that because so many people do that. But if you are a bit heat sensitive or you're just unsure of that, then because you've got all these in place, what it just means is if we just pop this onto the foil presses, if it's a way to come off, so that's just going to be sitting on there. And then with the tweezers, because they're magnetic, so what you're just going to do is you're just going to press them, and then you're just going to lift that one up. Then that lifts them up, that you can see there. And then if we just pop that one just down, and then but just release, and then it just goes onto the mat just there. Likewise, when it comes to the grippers, now this surrounding area of the handle of the foil press, this doesn't warm up, it doesn't heat up at all. Yeah. But again, if maybe you're trying to just get a grip of it, then you've got the handles, the wee pincers, just to actually manoeuvre it, hold it, and just pick it up if you wanted to and slide out.
Brilliant. So health and safety is covered off with this, basically.
Exactly, it is, yeah. It is indeed. So we're going to use the Celebrate, and then this time what we're going to do is we're going to be actually using a bit of fabric, just to show you again how you can foil into fabric. So this could be corner of, you know, if you've got material napkins, or if something for the dinner table, you know, maybe, you know, one of the covers of that you do, any of these different things. So I'm just going to pop that one just in. So I'm just going to go to my matrix on this one just here. So I'm just looking where it comes down to the fabric, and then because this is what I would class as actually a small one. So we can see that's saying 20 seconds. If you're unsure, because then medium is then 30 seconds. If you're unsure, then what you just do is kind of meet in the middle, and then you'll soon find out that one. So you just follow the matrix, and then see which one that you're going to go for. You know, so we've gone it on 20 seconds. Sorry, Ben.
So I was just thinking, so if you foil onto material, is there a way then that you would almost set that so you were able to wash it afterwards?
I believe you can. Yeah. I don't know how, because funny enough, I don't do a lot of soft crafts or that, but I believe there is maybe a material out there, like a spray or some kind of coating for it. What we might actually do is we might chat with Bernie. Yeah. She might know. Well,
I chat with Bernie because she's my new best mate. I mean, obviously second to you, Craig.
Good save.
Because she's sorted me out with the sewing machines. So maybe I'll be able to answer that question soon when I become the soft craft expert.
There we go. That'll be good when we see you on the softer side of life.
Life, that's the one. You remember that show?
So we've popped that one on just there.
Yep.
20 seconds.
Yep.
And then all that we're just going to do is we're just going to press start. So once again, it's doing exactly the same. It's just building up that heat. So we've got a bit of fabric there, and then we've also got a bit of foil. We're going to use silver for this one.
I'm really enjoying our show today here on Master Cravings. Master Cravings.
So there we go, and that's beeped to let us know we're good to go. So then what I'm just going to do is bringing in a foil, and then we're just going to pop that one on just like that. Now just to see, so I would move this with my hands, but you can just use the tweezers just to move that around. So popping the foil on, foil side down. I'm just going to pop in our material, and again for this one I'm just going to use just another extra shim, just using the same one that I used earlier on. Pop that one on, and then we're popping in our top plate. So we're just going to then slide that one out, and then we're just going to run that one through. So think about things, whether it's, you know, any birthdays, anything like that. But if you want to do maybe something special for your napkins or that, it could be then for Father's Day,
Great.
You know, whether...
Stop a second, I got an update. You know the snowflake background we've got? Don't scream and shout, but it's now...
sold out!
What a team, eh? High five. Yes! Well done if you've got your hands on the snowflake background. That has gone. Sorry, you were saying?
So I can't remember what I was actually just saying.
No, I can't.
But that's now come through. So, I remember what I was saying. So let's just remove all these ones out. And then all that I'm just going to do now is if I then start to peel that one off. Now look at that. So we've got fabric We've foiled onto the fabric now. So that could be the bottom of maybe like an handkerchief, or if you want to, then maybe any other materials that you've got. You know, now you could obviously start to foil onto, you know, if you want to do, say, a shirt or something. Of course, a shirt's not going to go through the actual Gemini or large Gemini, because it needs to go in the platform. But then what you could then do is maybe do a bit of a patch, so like this one, and then maybe sew it, you know, just go around the sewing machine, you know, maybe give it to Ben so that he can practice with.
Yes, exactly.
But you can be doing that for your different occasions. So think elsewhere other than your birthdays. Think about, you know, your Mother's Day, your Father's Day. Then maybe if you're just doing parties, once we're allowed to have gatherings, sore subject here in the UK at the moment. But then when you can do it, larger gatherings and that, then you can start to create your invites and that as well. Just make it more personal and more fun. But that now shows you've got the fabric that we've then foiled onto.
We could almost like put me like a, you know, Dr. Mose, like a DM on the coat, couldn't we?
You could, yeah.
You know, little monogram would be good.
Yep, absolutely.
We are just opening the clinic, by the way, in case you wonder why I put this on. It's not for, you know, not for fun, is it? You know. Let's just yes, warm up the old stethoscope before we administer that. Right, so questions then. Christina says, when this first came out, Sarah said this would turn all our other dies into foiling dies. Now, there's been lots of questions about this. So, am I recording this correct, says Christina?
Absolutely, you can do, yeah. Any of your wafer thin dies, as long as it actually goes onto the platform, it absolutely can. Now, let's be honest, if Sarah says it can do it, it can do it. And boy, it can do it big time.
Well, I tell you what, we will have a look at that in just a few moments' time, because lots of people have been asking about that. Now, the next question from Annette, and this is a good one. I should know this really, but I don't know the answer. What is the card weight called in the US that you are calling 300 GSM, please? What do you know? Can you do the maths on that, or the? I
think we'll need to speak to our good friend Google for that one just there. I'm not too sure.
All right, so we'll find out. Yeah, 300 GSM. Carol says, oh, by the way, Cynthia says, Ben, we saw you hogging the pizza. I wasn't hogging the pizza last night. I was just sat by the pizza table. He took a picture to make it look like I was hogging the pizza. I was just sat there. Here's the thing, right? I had a couple of slices of pizza last night in the meeting. This guy, yeah, the Foil King, he was in today stuffing his face with about 8 slices of pizza for his lunch, so he took most of it home. So he's the pizza hogger around here. Carol on Facebook says, can you foil PVC? I really want to foil onto a piece of PVC, but don't want to wreck my machine trying it in case it melts. Sarah has foiled onto plastic bags, so I'm hoping I can.
It's one that I've never tried foiling onto, but you know, as you just said there, I did have one. You know, if you've got your cello bags or that, then you know you can foil onto that one. That is one that we'll need to find out for that one, because I've never done that. So leave that with myself, and we'll do a bit of investigation and see if we can do. Can't see why not. Cannot see why not, but yeah, we'll double check on that one.
Annette, 300 GSM is £110, just to answer that one. And one more for now, from Susan on YouTube. He says, Dr. Ben, Susan, do you and Craig make house calls? Well, as if the price is right, you know, because probably. Anyway, she did actually ask that, by the way. I've had my foil press for over a year, and I'm afraid to try it. I will be in the next few days, though. Oh, sorry. So the question was, do you make house calls? That was the question. Craig, over to you on that one.
What, on house calls?
Yes.
What's it? A lot of wrestling terms here. The $1 Million Man says, you know, everyone's got a price.
Well, there you go.
You know.
There you go. Enough on the questions for now. We'll not sell Craig just yet. Maybe we'll be selling Craig in the Cartload show a little bit later on. Let's just recap whilst I just get out of me yet. More from the clinic before the end of the show. Maybe with about 15 minutes to go, we'll do some more questions. But let's just quickly remind you of the deal of our machine. The foil press machine proving very, very popular. It's brilliant, isn't it? And I think, you know, over the course of the last 70 minutes or so, you've just seen this, you know, kind of tip of the iceberg really with what you can do with the machine itself. But you are going to get the machine. You'll get your top plate, your metal shim. You've got all of the kind of health and safety bits and pieces in there as well, like your cooling mat. You've got your tweezers in there, those finger grips as well. We're going to give you your foil roll as well. So 5 meters of that papercraft foil roll, so plenty to get you started. You're going to get 2 foil stamp and cut dies, 3 foil stamp dies, and of course everything that you need as far as your instructions are concerned to get you going as well. It's a phenomenal deal when you think of it. It is a 10% off deal. And again, with lots of people have already got this and tell us how much they love it. And it's great that you're sending in pictures as well. So keep these coming in. If you've already got the foil press machine, send in your pics, send us emails as to why you love yours. Now, this is from Michelle, who sent us the Telfie yesterday. Michelle there looks like, what's that onto there that she's foiled onto? Is that? Oh, it's for her daughter who passed her real estate exam.
That looks like, that actually looked like, like napkin
Yeah, that's what
material.
I thought, onto a napkin. Yeah, for like a celebration of new money. That's really classy, isn't it? I like that on the back of the envelope
look
there.
at that. Absolutely
For the
stunning.
congratulations, really beautiful. Again, it shows you the kind of different materials that you can foil onto, the different ways that you can use this machine as well. So keep those pictures coming in, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and we'll keep inspiring others with your pictures as well. Now, I think, are we going to look at other dies now? Is that what we're doing? Normal dies. So if people have got their normal dies at home in their collection, we always talk about that you can obviously use those with your machine. So that's what we're going to look at now, correct?
We are, good. 100%. So what that just means now, whether it's ours or any of your wafer thin dies, so what we're going to do is we're going to have it so that all of this detail within the die, so instead of it die cutting, that's then going to foil instead. So with the size of it being a normal die, just think of it as a foil press die when it comes to size wise. So I would just refer to my matrix. I'm just having a look. I'm doing it onto 300 GSM cardstock. It's a medium one, and then it's going to be 15 seconds. So I'm just following that same instruction just there. So I'm going to bring this down now to 15 seconds. So I'm going to pop my die on. Now always please remember it's die side facing up. Otherwise, you're going to cut into your platform, which you don't want to do.
No.
So it's always the die facing upwards. So that's just going to sit on just there. Now this is going to be a nice snug fit because the actual platform is 5x5. So our foil is just going to sit on just nicely. So again, so it's shiny side facing down. Then I've just got my cardstock, so that's going to sit over the top. Now I'm making sure that it's nicely fitting, but you can make it a bit bigger so that it's going to have a wee bit of free leeway. And then we're just going to just pop our actual, do you know what we're doing actually first? Let's take that off first. I am getting one step ahead of myself. Let's pop that on and we'll do the countdown first.
Oh yeah.
So we want to do that heat building up.
How long is this one?
So this one's 15 seconds, I'm just following. So all of the different ways that I'm showing you is all about heating up first and then layering up your foiling card. When it comes to using the waste techniques, we'll kind of do that next as well. You're layering it all, then doing the countdown. But there we go, so that's counted down. We're going to use the fuchsia. So that can go over the top, and then we're just going to pop our cardstock over the top there. It's white card, however, you can still do this with your matte card, your mirror card, your black card, craft card, any of your other cards, you can still do it through. And then just as normal, we're just going to run that one through as well. So that's just going to go through. So what that's doing as well is all that detail is then just going to foil onto your card instead of actually die cutting. So let's take this one out. So if we then remove this one, and then already we can start to see that within the card. So I'm just going to just peel that away. Now we've now got all of that detail. So this is what it would look, minus the sentiment. Keep in mind, you can still put the sentiment in and foil it as well at the same time. But this is how it would look once it's all die cut. But that's what it looks like foiled instead. All of that detail is now foiled that you can see just there. So then what we can just do is just pop that back in. Now again, you can see here, I am just lifting it with my hands. It's not overly hot, but I'm just popping it onto my mat just there. So let's take one that I have die cut, and then what we're going to do is foil all of this one. So keeping in mind, that one that I just done, that could be your sentiment, that could be your background, that could be anything that you've got from whether it's us or, you know, any of your other wafer thin dies. And this needs to be wafer thin, but you can have a look around your craft room and how many wafer thin dies have you got? Loads of them. So then what I'm just going to do is, following the same technique earlier on where it is the waste technique. So we're just going to pop that to 45 seconds. We've gone down to green, which just means the temperature's dipped slightly. We've not, it's red, sorry, you can see it there.
Oh yeah.
And then we're just waiting on that coming back up. But what we're just doing is we're taking our die cut card, which is that one. We're going to take the foil, so we're ready to go. And then what we'll also need to do is just bring in our magnetic sheet. And then we're also then just going to bring in a couple of shims of cardstock.
Don't forget, we've got all of the different foils on the show as well for you. Those are selling very quickly indeed. So if you are in need of more foils, we've got 5 meter rolls in various colours. Best thing to do is probably check the web because I think some of them are close to going, or we have had some sellouts as well. So if you need some more foil, there you are.
So that's us now beeped to say that we are ready. So foil can go down, so shiny side down first. And then bringing in our die cut piece. So again, we're going to flip that over because we want the actual front to foil. So that can go on like that one. Then what we're going to do is just bring in a couple of shims of cardstock, 300 GSM. I'm going to pop them on with our magnetic shim. That can go over the top. And then I'm just going to bring our plate over the top there. And this is what I mean by, this is really the only technique where you layer it all up together to start with and then do the countdown. And then we're going to now get our own foiled background. So if you like the look of foiled cardstock, but then obviously you're not sure what colours to go for, how much to get for, then what you can then just do is buy a lot of our foils and then you can start to create your own foil backgrounds as well.
Lots of lovely messages coming in. Karen says, I need to order the carrying case. Step 1 to get my foil press out of the box. Oh, don't be one of those people. Get your foil press out. This is the show to get going with and having a go. Cynthia, we'll show you the case actually because it's proving very, very popular indeed. If this is the reason then that you are going to get your foil press out, then yes, definitely get it for $29.99. It's only just back in. So much room in here for everything. You've got 2 zip compartments. Obviously, you can pop your foil press in one side, and then in the other side, you've got plenty of room with lots of other kind of smaller pockets and netting in there as well to pop in everything that you need. There's loads of room in there for all of your dies and stamps and your foils and your tweezers. And of course your plate in there as well, so definitely worth buying. And yes, if it means that you're going to get your machine out of the box and get playing with it, get this today, $29.99 or $39.95. We're loving your pictures as well. It's great to see what you've been up to. Cynthia has sent us a picture as well. Take a look at that. That looks amazing. Cynthia, thank you so much. The foiling on that is absolutely beautiful. But let's quickly go back to Craig because I realise we've just interrupted his demo.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You have.
Sorry.
You have.
Sorry.
That's
Have we ruined it?
Hopefully not.
Okay.
It is key that as soon as it beeps to let you say that it's ready, it needs to go through. So so 30 seconds or so, let's just see, hopefully it'll work. But I'll give you the idea anyway. So here we go. As this one comes out, we've just fed that through. And then what we're just going to do is taking these layers up and then straight away, you can see, I think we may be very, very lucky.
Oh,
so
yes.
If I then start to peel this one off, so there we go. So it could have gone with going in a bit sooner. You can see just where the bits that have just missed there. Thankfully, I'm not taking the blame for that one. But you can see that one just there. So that was white cardstock and we've now foiled it ourselves. So we've die cut it. So again, that could be any of your dies that you've got. So it could be the background, it could be a sentiment, it could be a character, it could be the aperture, it could be our nesting dies. Any of those you can now foil as well.
Lots of demonstrations and hints and Craig, do you know what as well, it is great to hear that loads of people are enjoying the show. Charlotte saying you keep us laughing and smiling, you two, and Norma on YouTube, I've got my foil press a couple of months ago and finally yesterday I took it out and played with it, because today's show was going to be about the foil press. Did my first card with it yesterday. That's brilliant to hear. That's the point. If you're getting these machines, there's so many times crafters who will take advantage of the deals. They'll get a machine home and they'll never take it out of the box. Give it a go. There's plenty more shows like this, I'm sure, via our website and on YouTube as well. You can see plenty of inspiration and hints and tips and demonstrations. But give it a go. Get this home, get a piece of card out, and just get playing with it, because what's the worst that can happen? You ruin a bit of cardstock. Do you know what I mean? Get this out. You've seen how easy it is to get started, and I truly believe once you start using this and you see how easy it is to use and how many different materials you can use this with, and the fact that you can use dies that you've already got, your wafer thin dies at home. Maybe you've got loads of dies that you never use anymore. This is a great way for you to be able to kind of give those a new lease of life, if you like. Get this today for $89.99 or $125.95. We've still got about 40 minutes or so remaining. We will do another clinic, let's say about 1:45. So if you've got any questions, I like putting the coat and the stethoscope on, if I'm being honest, and the glasses. It does make me look more intelligent than normal. I mean, but that's not hard, is it? To be fair. Oh, hello. Stay. Get in touch on Facebook or on YouTube. Leave the comments, and our amazing team will feed those through to us, and we'll get the questions to Craig. Right. Other goodies that you might want to go for are your radiating die collections. Now, these are on a half price deal for you, and they are super. So you're going to get 4 of these for the price of 2. Which is an amazing deal when you consider what we're talking, £60, $29.98 is all you'll be paying today. I think we're going to have a look at these again in just a few moments' time. Just for you, this is the one we saw a few moments ago with the Be Happy onto the acetate, and again, didn't it look absolutely gorgeous? And then we've got your Love You as well, with that beautiful heart and all those wonderful smaller heart details around the side. Again, $29.98 for 4. Theoretically, you're only actually paying for 2 there. Again, deals that you do not want to miss out on. Pop this into your basket with your foil press, or as I said, if you've already got yours, items that you want to get hold of now and take advantage of these deals. More deals like this on the way later on, as I said, with Cartload as well. We've obviously got the Christmas papers on the show. We've got lots of Christmas goodies as well. So can we use one of our radiating dies to be a bit Christmassy?
Yeah, of course we can. Why not? What I will do though, Ben, is if you can then just sneak in a bit of the red cardstock, because I don't have any of the Christmas red or green just here. So if you can have a piece of that, I'm just going to stand just slightly. There we go. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
So we're going to use that one, and then we're going to use the rose gold. So what I'm just doing is I'm just setting that to the side at the moment. So where is my? There we go. I've got my guillotine right in front. So I'm just going to take my die. So we're going to use the Shine Bright for this one just here. And what we'll do is I'll show you in a moment as well how you kind of works out how I get my foil to the size that I need. So I'm just cutting my card to the size that I need for this one. So if I pop that one to the side, and then I'm just going to bring in the foil. So again, this one we're going to use the rose gold foil. And then all that I just tend to do...
show us the cutting thing. We haven't shown that.
Will do.
Show us the cutting.
Take that wee bit of excess off.
Yeah, how much do we have?
So all that I'm just doing is I tend to just use it as a guide that way. So I'll just hold it just into place. So where my thumb is, I'm just seeing that's where it's starting. And then I'm just going to cut. I've just put my finger at the back there just so that I can see
mind your finger.
Where it's going to.
Yep.
And then I can see, so that's going to just fit that one just nicely. And then all that I'm just going to do is just trim maybe ½ an inch of that off the bottom. So that's how I do it. I just do it by eye. So if I just trim that excess. Now these bits as well, don't throw them away, because if you've got strips, you can then create your own strip colour when it comes to the background. So keep a hold of them. So I'm going to then bring this back in. So we're going to use the red pearlescent for this one. So again, because I would think this is kind of classed as a medium, I'm going to then just go up to 20 seconds for this one. So if I just pop that one on into place, and then I'm just popping my carbon plate over the top just there, and then I'm going to press start. So once again, that does the countdown, so that lets you get either the bits ready or take a drink, or shout for someone to put the tea on or whatever.
If you're not sure the size of your die, whether it's like a small or a medium, for example, is it better to go slightly too cool or slightly the other way, if you know what I mean?
I always go cooler.
Okay.
I'll always go and then just add a few seconds if I need to. So I always do it that way. Again, if you're unsure, maybe just meet in the middle of the temperatures. So popping our foil on that you can see just there, bringing in our cardstock over the top just there. And then what we're just going to do is just pop that one over the top, sliding that one out. And then we're just going to run that one through. And then what we'll just do shortly is we'll swap over to the large Gemini and extender plate, and we'll use that one.
Oh yeah, worth bearing that in mind again, actually, if you are just tuning in, if you've got the bigger Gemini, you will need to go for that extender plate if you're going to be using your Foilpress. We'll put the details up on the screen, but I know Craig is desperate for the reveal. Amazing.
There we go. So that's our rose gold onto the red, but then what we can then do is let's move that one out the way. Let's just pop that one back in. So we're still on green, saying we're ready to go. So let's just use the same actual foil colour, and then we're going to use the sentiment for this one. Shine bright,
like
could be used for Christmas, if you're the stars or Star of Bethlehem, anything like that. So again, I'm just going to just trim that one down just roughly to the size that I need for that one. And then let's also just do the red for this one. So because it's really small, I'm going to come right down again. I'm going to come at 5 seconds on this one. Pop that one on, and then I'm just going to press start. So finishing the countdown so we can carry on.
In a minute, can we have a look at what who was asking? Someone was asking about showing us the letters. Have you got any of the letters over there?
I do indeed. We'll show you how they work. Yeah, because they're really quite fun, because you've got the die as well as the stamp. So again, what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to slide that one down there. And the reason I've popped a bigger bit of card will come apart just in a moment. So I'm just going to pop that one on, slide that one out. And then just while that's doing that one, I'm just going to get my junior plates. And then we'll show you another version using the die that comes with this set, which is the circle. So as this one comes out, so if I just then remove that one, and then if I take that one off, we can see we've got the foiled shine bright.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So then let's move that one out the way, move that one out the way, bring in this one back in that we've already foiled, bringing in our cutting plates. So I'm just going to bring the circle die into the middle. So if we pop that one in, bring in our low tack tape, just to hold that one into place. And then I'm just going to just tape that in. And I'm just going to layer that one up, still a wafer thin die, so it is our plastic shim, magnetic shim, and our top cutting plate. So that's then going to do that one. Let's just see, have I got kind of a bit of rose gold, that would work fine. So just taking this one out. So what I'm then going to do is just kind of create my own matting layer for the square that we've done. So I cut this one to 4 3/4. So let's do 5 by 5. So turning that around. So this would, I'm not going to stick it all together, but it gives you the idea. So there is our matting layer for that base one that you can see just there. But then what you could do is bring in this one in. Let's trim it down slightly at each end. So if I trim that, it's not going to be seen underneath. So then what you can just do is pop that one there, and then just pop your foam pads on the back just there, and then that's going to lift that up, and then that's going to be as if you're looking into the middle. You've got your matting layer, and that can go in the front of your card blank. And there you go. You can now maybe just put a bit of holly leaves or something at each side. Shine bright, be good for Christmas.
Absolutely beautiful. And again, you're seeing how this works. I just want to ask, read the cardstock. So we'll do some more questions in a second, but one that's just coming from Bonnie. He says, for timing, so what happens if you don't know what GSM your cardstock or paper is, as far as timers are concerned?
So what I would say is, if any of your cardstock that you have got, if you don't know what the GSM or the weight is, just go for what is the first one. So always go for maybe around about the 300 GSM. So you're just going to follow the top one that you can see just there. So that's if you don't know what the GSM is. And then by following that one, that just means if you get underfoiling, you just need to add a few more extra seconds. Or if you've got underfoiling, it just, if it's got underfoiling, you need to add a few more extra seconds. If it's got overfoiling, you just need to reduce it. So if you're in any doubt, just go with your 300 GSM cardstock.
Lovely, thank you very much. We will do some more questions in around about 15, 20 minutes time. But just also wanted to show you some of the other goodies that we've got on the show. I think these are great, and we're going to have a look at these in just a few moments time with Craig, because a few of you have been asking to see the large letters go through the machine, so we will do that. We've got, I think, the majority of the letters of the alphabet. Oh yeah, these are all, that's upside down. Sorry, I dropped these on the floor earlier on, if you heard a bit of a clatter, so they're all over the place. Oh, you just knew this was going to happen. So you get the die with each of the letters that you go for, and then you get your stamp as well, and you can see how the stamp intertwines as well. We'll show you how all of that works in just a few moments time, but I just think great for personalization. Great, you know, for wedding stationery, as said, for maybe like foiling onto your napkins and things like that as well. All of the letters of the alphabet, most of them I think, or is it all of them? We've got pretty much all of them available. A stamp on a die that comes with each of those. So they're $4.99 individually, or any 6 for £20 or $29. The numbers, right, I'm going to try and get this right on my own. The numbers that we have available are 1. We've also got 2. We do have a 3. We have a 4, a 7, and a 6 or a 9.
Bingo!
9. That could, I was going to say, that could be a 6 or a 9, couldn't it? Could you just... Could you? Yeah, of course it could. Couldn't it? But anyway, $4.99 or $6.99, or did you just shout bingo then, or did I just dream that?
No, I just shouted bingo.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
And I need to check your card for the big prize. 6 for $20 or $29, and we're going to see those now, I do believe, with our Craig. Which letter are you going to go for? Are you going to go for the letter B?
B
for Ben.
I don't have the letters here, I've only got the numbers.
Ah,
I can show you the numbers.
Shall I give you a letter then, or do you just want to do the numbers?
I don't mind, do a 6.
Okay, do a 6. I don't think we've got the 6 there, have we?
I've got the 6.
Oh, you got the 6.
Or the 9.
Oh, then, oh, okay, whatever way.
So what we're going to do, I've got the 9 as well. We've got the 9 just here.
Just going to say, so you couldn't, the 6 couldn't be the 9, the 9 couldn't be the 6, because if that was the case, then the flowers would be all the wrong way around, because you get a stamp with each, so that's why you need the 9 and the 6.
And do you know what we'll even do?
Yes.
Because these are really small, let's use the big boy. Let's use the large Gemini.
Yeah, with the cutting plate, right?
Yeah.
The extender plate, I should say. Yes.
Yeah. So just to show as well, don't be scared. Even if you've just got the large Gemini, the extender plate, you can still do the small ones. So what I'm just going to do is bring this one in to the side just here.
So Craig's laughing because they're taking the mickey out of him in the gallery, saying how strong he is, moving that machine around with one arm. Go on, show us that pose from earlier in the show. That one.
But one with no muscles.
Yeah. There you go, you see.
They're probably going to screen grab that one, right? You see.
They probably will. Someone asked, by the way, earlier on, who was it? Quick17 on YouTube says, somewhere there's a magician looking for his purple shirt. I like that shirt. I like it.
For the shirt. I know this is certainly one that is hard to find, that's for sure. Yeah.
Well, the shirt's hard to find, did you say?
Well, I presume so. Believe it or not, it wasn't bought by myself.
What?
No.
No, really?
Nope.
Our Debbie Fisher was in there earlier on, and she wasn't a massive fan of the shirt, I've got to say.
She wasn't.
She was a bit derogatory about it, let's just say.
Wasn't a big fan at all. So what we've just got now is we're going to use the 6. So as Ben was showing you earlier on, you've got the actual number or the letter where it actually foils, but you've got this element here that actually there's nothing. And what that just means is you've got a stamp that coordinates with it.
I see.
And we're going to stamp that in the middle. So what I'm going to do is, because this is really quite small with this one, a really small one, I'm going to come to 10 seconds because I'm going to do this onto a white smooth stamping card, because keeping in mind we need to then stamp afterwards. So I'm just going to pop that one just into place, and then I'm just going to pop my extender plate on top. So that's just replacing the smaller one for the junior. So we're waiting on that one counting down. So as that finishes off, I've got my piece of foil finished, cut and ready. So what I'm just doing now is I'm popping the foil over the top, and then I'm just going to pop my cardstock over the top as well. Popping our carbon plate, so just sitting it on top, I'm not having to move it, I'm not having to tuck it in anywhere, and then I'm just sliding it out. Then what we do is we feed it up to the large Gemini, we'll switch it on, then just make sure you've kind of got the same spacing at each side, so maybe about a ½ an inch at each side that you can see just here, and then all that I'm just doing is just feeding that one in, kind of got the same distance at each side, and then as that feeds through, just let it grab, and then I'll let go, and then that's going to do the foiling for you. So as this one comes out, we're going to get that number, part of the number that's foiled, and then we can come along and we can stamp on top. So if we take this one off, that you can see just here, and then if I then peel that off, we've got our number. Now you would think, gosh, he's missed quite a bit, hasn't he? So then what we're going to do is move in all this out the way, and then just to show us a way to pick it with my hands, but just so you can see, you can just pick it up with your tweezers.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to release it. So we're then just going to move that to the side. So then what I'm going to do is, we were on about the stamping platform yesterday, the large one with the base.
This is when, the 8x8, isn't it?
It's absolutely perfect for this one. So what I'm just going to do now is, if I just pop all these into place, I'm going to bring in my foiled number, and then what I'm also going to have to do is I'm going to have to lean over and get a ink pad. So if I then just go behind me where I've not left enough room for me to move.
By the way, just whilst Craig's gone on his holidays, if there's accessories that you want for your Gemini Foilpress, we have got those available individually for you as well. So for example, you want the little, the finger mitts, what am I doing that? The finger mitts, are they called finger mitts?
Pincers.
Silicone finger grips. I like finger mitts. I'm going to go with that. Yeah, the silicone finger mitt, or the tweezers, or the cooling mat, for example. Those are all available individually, as is the metal shim. 10% off all of the accessories as well. You can get the foiling platform on its own as well, should you want to. But have a look on our website. It is all there for you with 10% deals across the board. Right, how are you getting on?
So I've got my ink pad. I'm just going to use my Noir Black Quick Dry. Of course, if you want to then come and colour in with your alcohol markers, then use your alcohol proof, or if you want to use any of your aqua markers, use the waterproof. So we've got our stamp, and it just kind of shows you've got a wee bit of a guide just at the bottom, just there. So we're just then going to then place that over the top. So we're then just going to position that. So you're just having a look at where the stamp outline is, and you're just following around the other part just here. So we're going to pop that one just in, and then that's then just going to situate right there. As you can tell, someone was using an orangey red quick dry before. So we're just popping that in. So again, I'm just having a look. I'm trying not to put my head in the way, but I'm just looking as that flows down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our stamping platform, and I'm just going to pop that on. Now that's got our stamp exactly where we need it. We're just then going to ink that up. And then because the magnetic discs hold down your foiled number or letter, whatever one you are using, I'm just then going to press. So if I then just press them on like that, then there we go.
Yes.
We have got
That's
that perfect
brilliant.
Foiled number. We've got the stamp, and it's stamped beautifully in place. Now keeping in mind, keep it like that because the rose gold and black looks really nice, or bring in any of the colours. If that was of course on a bigger piece of card, then bring in your nesting dies, bring in your shape dies, and start to incorporate it that way.
And that is why he is the Foilpress King! Yeah! And also, actually, why the 8x8 stamping platform is absolutely perfect. That was a great demonstration as to why you need that in your life as well, because it just makes intricate jobs like that a lot easier. Now, get your questions in. Last chance, Saloon, to get your questions in, because we're going to do those in about 10 minutes. But we have got to do a stock alert. Stock alert. We are now... Have we done this limited already? Oh. We are now super limited stock on the holly background. So literally last chance Saloon on this. If you have... Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, I got the... Oh, that one's sold out. I've got the holly there, look, but I've got the wrong board. Hang on. You look at that a second. Right, and then I'll go and get the board. There we go. Mixing it all up. This is the holly. There you go. So we've got the holly background available for you for £11, 60% saving on that, but we're literally down to the last few, so it is going to be a first come, first served. If you want to get that, get it now, because that is going to be our next item to sell out. Right, we've also got your solid sentiments available for you as well. We did see one of these a little bit earlier on, but with these, we're giving you 3, and you're going to get the third one for free. I think that's right. The especially for you. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. So you're going to get your thank you. There's your happy birthday. Can we see the happy birthday?
Yeah, of course you can.
Good, because a minute ago we saw the celebrate, but you're also going to get the especially for you. $38.97 or $44.97. Yeah, so you're saving $9.99 or $12.99. This is the one that I want to see. Where is it? No, we saw that one. This one here. The birthday, the happy birthday. Can you please run that through your machine, Mr. Craig?
I will do, and I will do it on vellum as well.
Oh, hello. That's what we've done then. Material, we've done cardstock, we've done acetate, and now for the vellum too. There's the beep. Just goes to prove that this is a very versatile bit of kit. All ready for you?
Oh, sorry. Didn't realise. I thought you were ready to just say something else there.
No, I'd sort of thrown to you. The camera was on you, and the beep was there. So I was just sort of thinking that maybe
when
you would
hear the beep.
It's time to do some crafting on Crafters TV. It doesn't really work, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No.
We'll
work on that.
We'll work on that one. So I've taken some of our vellum. So this is just our Crafter's Companion vellum you'll find on the website and that as well. So let's just trim that down a wee bit more. So what I'm just going to do is, I'm just going to roughly cut that one. And I've got my foil, so I'm just going for the silver. Just to say as well, actually, you'll find that everything I've been foiling onto, whether it is the card, whether it's the vellum, the fabric, the acetate, anything like that, I've all been doing with the paper craft foil. So your multi-surface foils, if you're maybe a bit unsure, use that really for your real leather, your thick leathers or fabrics. Everything else is actually paper craft foils that you're going to use. So what I'm just doing now is, because this is a nice solid sentiment, if I bring this one in again, so what I'm just going to do is look down and we've got vellum, and keeping in mind you can do so much more than what's just on this matrix, and it's going to go for a medium 30 seconds. I'm going to add an extra 5 on because it's a real solid sentiment, as I was saying. So I'm going to go right up to 35, actually we'll go to 33, and then what I'm just going to do is we'll pop it that way, and then I'm just going to press start, and we're just going to pop our carbon plate over the top to reach the temperature.
Do you know what I'm loving most about this show? I've been obviously loving your demos and your shirt.
Right, thank you.
But also I'm loving the amount of people who are now saying, oh, watching the show, I've had my foil press for 6 months, a year, or whatever it might be, and now I'm getting it out to try and use it because I'm seeing all these demonstrations. And that is what it is about, isn't it? Having the confidence to have a go, just get it out of the box, have a bit of a play with it, really. As we keep saying, you know, what's the worst thing that you can happen? You make a bit of a muck up, you ruin a bit of a card, but then you go again, don't you? You just
100%.
keep playing with it. And the more you play with it, the more you have fun with it, the more confident you'll get, and the more that you will just start foiling to your heart's content.
You're absolutely right. That's exactly what I say as well. And if you start with card, get in and build that confidence.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter, does it then?
No, not at all. So we've just popped our foil down, and then I've just popped my vellum. Because vellum is really thin, I'm just going to bring in another piece of card. This is again just a shim, but then I'm just using a black piece because I have it to hand. And then we're just going to then pop this one over the top. pulling that one out, and then we're just going to run that one through. So just like I was saying before, if you just make sure you've kind of got the same distance at each side, maybe about ½ an inch, feed that in, we're going to let it go. And then when it comes to obviously the foil press, now obviously the things that you say with myself and the foil press is very, very kind, but we all love the foil press. You know, Debbie, both Debbies do, Fiona does, Jan does, we all love it. So if you've got any questions, of course, go across to our Facebook, go across to mine, but then because they equally love it just as much and they do some awesome things, ask them as well, they'll be able to help.
We will do in about 5 minutes the rest of the questions that we've got on this particular show, so we'll just see this beautiful demo and then we'll get those questions across to Craig if you sent them in. But as we said, if you think of any more in the meantime, plenty of ways that you can get in touch with us.
And just to show, actually, do you know what, Ben? Let's just, wait a minute. Just to show you as well, let's bring in just a bit of our gilding wax. So you know how earlier on you were on about, you know, embossing? Mm-hmm. So if I just bring that one just up, and then if I just start to use my gilding wax.
Oh, yes.
So what was just a bit of a shim, just to bulk it out, you could then use that afterwards as well.
There's never any waste, is there?
There's never any waste whatsoever. So if I move that one out of the way, and then what I want to do before the end as well is go through a few finished samples of each of the sets as well, just to give you an idea what you could be making. So if I then start to peel this one off, and then we're just going to move that and pull that. Now look at that one. So again, there we go. You can see just there. That bit, what side we're on. That one just there. So if I just pull that bit off, because sometimes it's not always overfoiling. Sometimes it just needs a bit of a wipe off. But you can see just there, we've got all that detail within the middle just there. Happy birthday. Attach it to a card. If it's a bit bigger, then just use your nesting dies or that. But it goes to show different actual materials that you could be foiling onto.
That, remember, comes as part of your Gemini Foil Stamp Die Solid Sentiments collection. If you want to go for that, $38.97 or $44.97. Just to mention as well, in the cartload show, it is a cartload extravaganza coming up at 4 o'clock. We've got the gilding waxes on a buy 5 for the price of 4. What I would say is get involved, because I know already people are shopping that show and things are going to sell out before we get to the show itself. You're savvy, that's the thing. You're crafty shoppers, but we like that here at Crafters TV. And also, by the way, our end of summer sale. Now, it is the end of summer, so we're having a sale. Well, it is kind of, isn't it? I mean, but although having said that, the weather is quite nice here in the UK. Well, not today. Is it nice today? It's all right.
Nice
yesterday
today, yeah.
It was miserable. So basically, we are picking out some of our favourite goodies from the website and smashing the prices down low. Debbie has got some deals for you a little bit later on. Debbie's dazzling deals, and then I pick some out for you as well. Ben's bonus bumper bargains. That was it. Ben's bumper bonus bargains. Well, a lot of the ones that I picked out have already sold out. That's all I'll say. That's how busy we are for that show already, which begins in an hour and a quarter. Go to Shop the Show, see it, and get filling up your carts and your baskets before we get there, because things will sell out. I'm telling you that. Right, should we quickly do these questions?
Yes.
Hang on a minute. I've got to get me coat on. Where's my stethoscope gone? Who's nicked my stethoscope? Craig, have you nicked my stethoscope?
No, I've not moved from my position.
Hang on, I'm getting a bit where's it gone? I don't know. Hang on, I'm getting a bit tangled up in my coat. No, it's not in my pocket.
Where's it gone? I can't even come and help. Look.
It's disappeared. Oh, this is terrible news. That is so weird.
So first, the letter A we didn't have, and then it just appears. And then now the stethoscope that you did have has just completely vanished. So I'll tell you what,
that is so strange.
Having a wee look. Let's have a wee look at these solid sentiments, some of the things you can be making. So this gives you an idea of bringing in some of your other pattern cardstock. So that's your especially for you ones, but then bringing in the happy birthday. So actually foil it multiple times and then just cut them out. You can see these ones. Concept cards that you can see just there as well, bringing in your Ultimate Pro, your scoreboard. Then there we go, that was on our glitter card that we can see just there. Then here's another one where we've actually just cut it out, so you've got that one. Then if we've then got the thank you. So what we've done with this one is just gone in and just coloured it in just with our, it could be our tri-blends or our classique. Again, another thank you one, and then there we go. So another concept using the scoreboard. You've got thank you just there, different materials in which you can then actually foil onto.
I found my stethoscope.
Yay!
Hooray! Right, let's rattle through these because we've got loads. So, oh, hang on a minute. Oh. Gilmore says, this might be a dumb question, but can you emboss the surface that's being foiled by using the silicone mat and the same dye?
You could do. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, you could do as well. You might, if you're going to then emboss straight onto that foiling, you might get a wee bit of cracking. Give it a shot. As we've just been saying, it's only a bit of cardstock, so why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Mary on Facebook, can you take the edge of the foil down if you're worried about it shifting, putting the Foilpress platform in the Gemini machine? I have trouble holding things with both hands.
Absolutely, you can. Don't worry about using your low tack tape with the actual foil press. Pop that through. I do that several times myself, and it's absolutely fine.
Question here from Anne on Facebook. Are you supposed to have the special plate on there while it's heating? I have seen it done both ways.
Yeah. So you'll probably, I think I'm the only one that actually pops the plate on while it's heating. Sarah and Debbie, that they don't tend to do that. It's just something, it's a personal preference for me. I just like to think that it keeps the heat maintained just within. But then you have a look again, if you maybe start to get over foiling, just take away that plate and just let it heat naturally. Try it both ways and see what way works best for you.
Rattling through these, we've got a few more. Angie says, when you preheat the dye first before adding foil versus heating all together with dye foil acetate, I saw Craig do both.
So all of the techniques, whatever you're foiling onto, so you pop your foil press stamp on and then heat it.
Yeah.
Unless you are doing the waste technique that I've done, then what you would do is you would build all the layers at once and then do the countdown.
Nancy on Facebook, how do you know the front and back of Stamp and Cut dies?
Because one side is smooth. I think maybe you're thinking double-sided dies, maybe. I don't know. If you have a look, the ones that foil and die cut, they are grey. Now that's the back, it's nice and smooth, and then the actual detailed side, you can see it all just there. So there we go.
Another one from another Nancy. There's about 3 more, I think. Can we foil solid cardstock and then use regular dies to cut it?
100% you can do. Absolutely. It's another good way of doing it as well.
Wait there. If you use 2 different dies, same size, do you need to increase the time to heat up?
2 different. So if you're putting two dies on,
yeah.
So if you're maybe, so if one's maybe smaller than the other one, what I would then tend to do is if you do have 2 different sized ones, you know, if they're not much difference in size, I would always just go to the highest time and go for that one and then foil them both. If one actually underfoils and the other one's fine, then swap it the other way down and use it to lower the temperature. Lots
of lovely messages coming in and saying, I think if I owned a full press, I would foil everything. Thank you for showing the extender plate, says Diane on Facebook. Tammy says, every time I hear that beep, Leanne's voice pops into my head saying, I'm ready! And there's one more here. This is a request more than a question. Jacqueline on Facebook says, today's my birthday, so maybe I'll try my foil press as a present to myself. Could I get a birthday wish today from Craig and Ben? I live in Maryland. Well, I'll go first. Jacqueline in Maryland, happy birthday.
And happy birthday, Jacqueline. Have a lovely day and enjoy your foil press.
Absolutely. And actually, we have had a request here from Gilmore on YouTube saying, could you show us another demo with the extender plate for the big Gemini?
Go on then, let's do that. Right, what have we got? Let's tell you what, let's go right back to the, do we still have the snowflake?
No, it's gone.
No. Okay, we're not then.
Gone. We've got the holly, but that's going to sell out. Have you got the holly?
I don't have the holly here. I think you've got it. Right, so let's go for...
We'd have to take it out of the packet or...
Nah. Let's take our heart one. Okay. So we'll use the heart one. So again, this is actually a good one because it's smaller, there's lots of little detail, and we're going to use it in with the large platform. So let's just take the heart on here, and then let's go for, what other card have we got just on this one? Let's bring in a piece, let's bring in some adorable scoreable. We'll use some of that one. So if you've got any from yesterday, And then what I'm just going to do is bring in my foil just here. So what I'm then just doing is layering these ones up, bringing this in. This is the cerise one that I'm using. And then if I just bring my actual matrix in once again. So then all that I want to do is I'm just going to have a look. I'd class this as a medium die. And then I'm going to go on to 350 GSM, which is 15 seconds that we can see just there and no more. So if I just start to then just bring that one down, 15 seconds. And then I'm just going to pop that one on and pop my carbon plate over the top and press start. And this is what we mean by, you know, like Sarah and Debbie and that don't tend to pop this on the top. I do. Give it a shot and see what works best for you.
Cindy says, why after I foil do I need to wait for it to cool before I use it again?
You don't.
No, I didn't think you did.
You don't, no. No, I think what you mean is if you foiled it, then you go to make something, then it would obviously pull it out. But if you're foiling time and time again, then no, just keep going.
Yep.
So we're popping our foil on, shiny side down. We're popping our actual cardstock on, and then we're just going to bring in our top plate, sliding that one out as we would always do. And then if I move that one out the way, so once again, just pop that in so you've got the kind of the same distance at each side. I'm going to feed that in. I keep a hold of it just till it grabs, and then I'll let go. So it's no different than the junior, apart from the fact of obviously it's the large one, and then you're using the extender plate. So as this one then comes out, we can then pull this one off. Even then you can start to see in the back of it how it's starting to come together. And if I peel that one off, look at that one. We've got that one just there. Look at that. So we've now got all that foil detail. It's adorable squirrel bull that we foiled onto. And then you could still then come along, you know, keeping in mind with this die set, you've still got the sentiment, you've got the wee heart die as well that you can then incorporate. But then there we go, that's how you can use that one with the large Gemini. Yeah, that one is the Love You that you've just used there, which is part of the radiating collection. So if you want to grab that, we can do, yes. It's your Be Happy Just For You Shine Bright four-piece collection. So that one also comes with your Shine Bright. Saw that a little bit earlier on. That was the one which Craig popped onto the acetate. Looked absolutely amazing. There is your Just For You. You got that sort of shimmer, isn't it? Almost like a night sky there. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, a bit of a dusting you've got with that one. And then this one is your Be Happy. Actually, I think that's the one we saw earlier on the acetate, wasn't it? And the deal on that, again, is phenomenal. You will get used to these deals because we've got more amazing deals coming up in Cartload. But this is buy two, get two free. So a half price deal on those, $29.98 or $39.90. Get them whilst you can because things are flying out of the door. And actually, we can have a quick look at some of the finished samples from this collection. So this is the Radiating Stamp and Cut Die collection. Let's have a look at what Craig's got in his hands. Here we go. So with this one here, what we've just done is foiled using the gold, but then this is where we've actually die cut the aperture in the middle there. So yeah, it's if you're looking into the sentiment. That one, once again, same kind of style, but just for you. Bringing in the concept cards, whether we are using our Ultimate Pro or scoreboards. And you can see just bringing in our inks as well. Onto acetate like we've done earlier, craft card that you can see there. Then don't forget as well, because it's foiled, it creates a resist effect. So come on top with your water reactive inks and then you can colour it that way. Faux leather, so creating just a wee purse that you can see just there, shine bright. But then what I want to quickly do before we end, let's show you some of the ones with the Baroque and the other ones.
Oh,
so you can see all the ones. So you can colour into them. Yeah. So that one it cuts out as well. Waste technique, but on to black, then bringing it in with your actual foiled card as well, lifting it up that you can see onto there, then changing the shape, using your stamp sets as well. You've got these ones, very Art Deco on these ones, so lots and lots of different looks and themes and styles that you can be doing with the sets that we've got on. Some amazing deals for you. Just a couple of final pictures to have a look at that you've been sending in. These have been great. Thank you for sending all these in. So there you go. There is our Shine Bright, which Carol has... Carol's been on Craft House. I'm looking forward to doing one of those. What day is it on? Is it a Saturday?
Saturday 1 p.m. UK time. So yes, look forward to one of those very soon. Cynthia, who has been in touch as well today, that's amazing with that beautiful nativity scene on there as well. And Eileen sent us in a few here. Take a look at these beautiful cards that Eileen's made. I've got a feeling Eileen likes the birds here. Beautiful peacock. Look at the foiling on there. It's absolutely amazing. But that's the kind of thing that you can do when you've got your foil press machine. Make sure, listen, if you haven't yet taken advantage of the deal, here come the details for you. Grab it today. My other thing is that if you have already got your foil press machine, hopefully today is the day, now you've seen these demos and you've seen the inspiration from Craig, that you finally get it out of the box and get playing with it. It's a brilliant deal. It is a 10% saving across the board, so $89.99 or $125.95. You get everything. So your foiling platform, your top plate, your metal shim, you've got your cooling mat included, and all of the other accessories there as well, like your tweezers. You've got your finger grips, or your finger mitts as I call them earlier on. You've got a foiling roll included as well, 5 meters of roll, plus 2 foil stamp and cut dies, 3 foil stamp dies, and of course your manual as well, so you know exactly where you are with that. And as we've said, you know, you can watch these shows back. There's plenty of instructional information for you as well via our page and on YouTube. So that is the deal there for you. If you have got the bigger Gemini machine, you will need to add into your basket the extender plate, as we've shown you with those demos with Craig. You will need to grab this to be able to get foiling with your bigger machine. So pop that into your basket for an extra $13.49. But once you've got it, you've got it, and that will be it. So it's $13.49 or $17.95. And another popular item, another big seller, has been our carry case. Again, this is back due to popular demand. Well, it's back after a long time out of stock. Again, so much room in here to pop in everything that you need. Obviously, you don't get the contents of the bag. We're just showing you for demonstration purposes. But there's your foil press in there. And then, of course, in here, plenty of space for all of your other goodies as well. That is $29.99 or $39.95. We do still have left. I thought it had gone, but the holly background is still available for you. Oh, but don't get too excited. I've just been told we literally have 2 more chances for you to buy. So if you want to grab this, get it now. Next 2 people get to take this home. It is a 60% saving on this. If you've got it in your basket now, check it out. The next 2 people get it, and it is absolutely beautiful for £11 today. Should be normally $30 or $39.95. It is a real super deal, and I tell you what, you are going to get used to these deals, because coming up in around about an hour, we have got our cartload show with more deals just like that. The red and green paper flying out of the door as well, as we expected. The Centura Pearl in the Christmas green and the Christmas red. Now, there's more colors than this available on the website. However, we knew that these would be the most popular, and that is the way it is proving. It is a 4 for £10 deal, so you can go twice up on the green, twice up on the red, however you want to do it. Check out all the colors that we've got at our website as well, and you'll be able to take advantage of that. Buy 4 for £10. I must say a big thank you to the Foil Press King, looking resplendent in his shirt over there. When are you back, mister?
So I am back at the weekend. I am back for 2 shows Sunday. I'm in on Monday. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. I cannot wait. It's going to be a good day all on Sunday. But thank you so much. It's been a great Foil Press show. Don't forget, we're all there for any help that you need. Plus YouTube. Everything's across there to follow if you need help.
Hey, brilliant. Thank you, Craig, so much. It's been an absolute joy. Isn't he brilliant? We love Craig. He'll see you at the weekend. I will see you in an hour's time. It is going to be organised chaos, actually. I don't even know if it's going to be that organised. A big cartload show coming up with me and Debbie Robinson in just an hour. We will see you then.